This is Hellraiser 1987. Is everybody at timestamp 0?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play. And I mentioned it before, but like, I've been aware of Pinhead my entire life. He's one of the first things I remember scaring me as a child. My dad had a Hellraiser 3 poster.
Well, and the poster of this movie is so iconic, and I think for most of us, or for most people just watching this for the first time, no idea what you're getting yourself into with what this story is, just based on that poster and its reputation.
Yeah, we mentioned this briefly in the Discord, but this, you shared a trailer for this and had a hilarious tagline. I think the way you market this is as like an erotic thriller between Frank and Julia, and you keep the Cenobites to a minimum or not in the advertising at all.
I think that you need to show a bit of the supernatural elements too, though. Just in that, if you just market it with the Frank and Julia stuff, he is a rotting corpse. So like, and that is that all of that. I don't know about you guys, but all of that stuff is the stuff that usually sticks with me when I think of this movie. It's like, oh, you like the stuff with Frank and Julia is a lot of the stuff, a lot of my favorite stuff in the movie, and the stuff that I remember the most. Kirsty, she's very good character, but I often forget like what her whole like deal is, and
See, I
kind
never
of the
have that.
last half with.
I think she's one of my favorite final girls. I don't remember. I think I put her in my top 10, but if I didn't, I'm gonna look like a fool.
You didn't, but you two, when I did, and you two were like, "Oh, we're not doing
Oh,
slasher movies."
right, because it was
Noah."
slasher. Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the big changes from the book that I think is for the better. In the book, it's like a long, drawn out ceremony. He collects like 7 days worth of piss and dove heads and all this, and I'm like, no, the movie is better. It just condense.
We didn't need the piss jars.
Hot take.
That's not something. I don't
Tyler,
think we
who is
needed
the
piss
best
jars.
Cenobite? It's Pinhead. Duh. Like, there's only one answer to that.
Well, I was gonna say the Chatterer, but now I look foolish. There you go.
That's the best Cenobite.
I was
The
just trying to
score
set
for
Robert
this
up to
movie
do
is
that.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes, Christopher Young's music is so good. I love the theme of this movie. I love how bombastic the music is here. But then
So,
also just like that bell that rings whenever the Cenobites show up, it's just such a good
and
cue.
what's cool is that's in the book. As he's opening the box,
Oh,
he
wow.
talks about hearing bells and music, and then he smells like rotting flesh that's barely being covered by the scent of vanilla, and then the Cenobites come, and it's all from in his head. He's almost overwhelmed with pleasure to the point that it becomes pain, which maybe you could argue is better than this, because I don't know if the idea here is they think this is pleasurable or he was lied to.
Yeah, it's like how he's sold on the box. It's like you'll either, what is it? You'll either experience the pleasures of heaven or the torment of hell or something like that. And the way the movie presents it, it's like, oh, well, that's just a bad roll of the dice. Like he got the bad one. But I also wonder how much of that is just like censorship and having to cut
Yeah.
corners in certain places because there is a lot of sex in this movie.
Which I think, but I think it ends up being for the best. You get a real quick glimpse, and you're like, oh, what's that?
Mm. I like the chain room.
Yeah, and for how haphazard this production seems to have been, like, this is Clive's first movie. Uh, he admitted to finishing it while wasted off his ass. It all looks good. There's very little that's incomprehensible.
Yeah, this is a very cheap production, but I think it looks great. And at least for me, I'm not really aware watching it that, oh yeah, there's only like there's only like a few sets and a few locations in this entire movie, but it never feels boring. I'm never like, oh my god, I want to get out of this house. Like, I'm just not even thinking about that while I'm watching it.
Yeah.
This is also a British production, and most of the locations look very, very English, even
Which
though I
is
think it's supposed to
interesting
take place in
since,
America.
right, because our lead characters are, or at least our lead final girl's American
Yeah,
in this adaptation.
I think a decent amount of cast is American, right? Because you also have Andrew Robinson as the dad.
Mhm. And
Um,
so John said his name was Rory in the book, and he's renamed to Larry in the movie. And I'm guessing they made that change just because Rory sounds like more of a British name. And since they made him American, Larry just
that's
sounds
probably
more
it. Yeah.
American.
Yeah, because I almost got the sense that maybe the book is British because Clive is British, and like all the characters
Mhm.
are British because they talk a very specific way. And I don't know if that's just Barker's writing coming through. Or...
Well, and then you have something like Candyman, where that's the setting of that source material, and then the movie is a radically different
Yes.
setting.
And yeah, Andrew Robinson in this movie, who I mostly know as Garrick from DS9. Uh, he's very, very good in this movie, though. He really sells both Larry, and then he'll become Frank later, and does a great job at playing those two roles.
Yeah, and Frank has two actors, like regular Frank and then skinless Frank, who we'll see later. And I can never tell, or I'm never sure which actor, like whose voice we're hearing. Because every time we see Frank, both when he's like a normal human and when he's skinless, like he sounds dubbed, and I can never tell which one is like which actor is like the voice I'm
Oh,
hearing
interesting.
when I'm watching this movie. He always sounds dubbed.
Well, I figured he'd probably be dubbed by the same guy for both
Mhm.
of those things, right?
Yeah, but I can't tell which guy is doing the voice.
Oh, okay.
And they both come back for the second one.
Oh, this is a bit of a tangent, but I rewatched Predator 2, which I had a good experience with this time.
Yay.
But it struck me on this viewing how most of the dialogue sounds dubbed, mostly with Bill Paxton's character. Like anytime he opens his mouth in that movie, he's like, "Hey, yeah, Chief, I got it," and it sounds very clearly ADR'd.
Of course.
So when I first watched this, hello,
Yo.
nope, you good?
Yeah, just OBS keeps picking up something, and I want to make sure that we're not getting the movie through, so I had to move my fan.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So
But go
when I
ahead.
watched this for the first time, I had heard, I think you guys, like you and Austin or someone online had described this as like, I think going in, I thought this was a slasher movie, but then you guys were like, it's not really.
Mhm.
But because of its reputation, I assumed that this was one of the big slasher franchises. So when I finally watched it, it was really interesting seeing it as more of like this grounded human drama here. Just putting it in a really unique spot among the horror climate at the time.
And something
Yeah,
that I find interesting with this, in both this and the movie and the book, to me personally, Larry, Rory, whatever, never is didn't do anything wrong. It's just he he married the wrong person. And normally in a story like this, they're both awful to each other. No, I mean maybe he's a little dismissive of her at times, but I mean that's more of the time period I would think. Um, and the one benefit to the book is that you can get more in their heads versus having to kind of show it in a film. Um, she wants the thrill that Frank offers her. Frank doesn't care. He just
Mhm.
wanted to get laid. Like he has no interest in her except that she can help him.
That's very evident by the end when he just lets her die.
Yeah,
You're saying Frank's the bad guy? Oh fuck! Have I been watching this wrong?
I
Oh
know.
my
You're
god!
not about to. This isn't going to be another projectionist moment. You're going to start defending the wrong guy.
And
No, I think this guy might actually be evil.
I prefer Kirsty in this, but I think there is a layer of tragedy to making her just a friend, because you don't get like a love square, more of like a line. Kirsty is in love with Rory, who's in love with Julia, who's in love with Frank, and it's like 3 out of 4 of these people have picked the wrong person.
And for clarification, Kirsty's not his daughter.
Yeah,
In the story.
yes, no, that is a change for the movie.
And I think it works with the movie, this broken family angle. And they also avoid, like, Kirsty's not the stereotypical, like, oh, I hate my stepmom, like, she's the worst. Like, you get the feeling in the first act that, like, everybody's trying, everybody's trying to make it
Yeah.
work.
See, I've always got the
Frank.
read that Julia doesn't like Kirsty.
Yes.
There is a clear rift between them, but it's not as cliche as like the daughter that hates the stepmom or whatever.
Yeah, and it's also unusual in that with Kirsty, you have like a young adult character. She's not a high schooler, which is, I feel like, what you'd usually see more in this type of story, especially in this genre.
Well, and something I think that benefits him changing it from just friend that's been in love with him forever to daughter is you get more natural connections to everyone else.
Mhm.
Like, it makes sense that Julia doesn't like her in the book because she knows, that Kirsty's harboring feelings for her husband. But then you get to the big Frank reveal, which is the same as in the movie, and it's like, oh, it's a guy she met like once. But
Yeah,
some of the dialogue is the same, which is weird.
Yeah, I think in this context, some of what happens in the third act is probably a lot more fucked up in this version.
God, everybody's so horny in this movie.
Oh.
And Tyler said that the audio sounds fine, so I think we're good.
It is a shame that this actress didn't go on to have a bigger career.
I agree. I think
This
she's great
is
in this movie.
the only thing I know her from.
Don't worry, she's in Hellraiser 6.
Oh. I guess that's what I mean. This is the only role I know her in. I know her as. All these sweeping shots of America, nondescript city. Did they say where exactly this is supposed to take place, or is it just
No, not to my knowledge.
town?
Cityton.
The city of Townsville.
Oh, apparently she's in an episode of that new Creep show.
Oh, hell yeah.
And she's in Warlock 3, which I've heard of, but I haven't seen.
Sure, it's better than 1 through 2.
I love that delivery. Her mother's dead.
Yeah.
Mother's
No,
dead.
it's such an awkward moment. It's like, dude, your daughter's hot. Like, don't say that. Don't say that to your employer.
It is kind of funny that basically all of the men in this movie outside of Larry are just pigs. Like,
Are you
'cause then
saying?
well, there's the guys that she lures in that are all sleazy
Mhm.
and gross.
Yeah. Are you saying this movie hates men, Noah?
Yeah, I'm saying this movie is woke propaganda. Made in 1987.
Yes.
Okay. I love that he introduces himself as Brother Frank. Like,
Brother Frank.
are you a priest? What?
Are you a monk?
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. Even like when he's normal here, like he sounds dubbed to me, where I'm like, wait, is that this guy's voice or the other guy's voice? Like I can't
I've never
tell.
really picked up on that before.
Also, I don't know if you guys had this. This isn't the movie's fault, but I do remember the first time I watched this being a little confused what was going on here. I didn't realize we jumped into a flashback, even though like her hair's different. Like again, it's not the movie's fault. I just remember
That's
being a little
really funny.
confused what was going on.
She has long hair in half of these scenes and short hair in the other half. I wonder what's happening.
It's weird.
Well, I think I had that when I first watched it, but then was very quickly like, oh yeah, this is a flashback. But I don't need the movie to like come out and say we're entering the flashback.
It has
now.
like the dissolve effect. Yeah.
And it is kind of funny. Just part of me is like, if you're so miserable here, just ask for a divorce. Like, goddamn. Because in the book, there are like paragraphs just talking about how much she hates Rory. I'm like, why are you still married to him then?
Just fucking leave him.
I think part of that is though probably just the time period, the fact that she is like an older woman, you know, it's like she, at least as she's presented in the movie, you get the feeling that she's trying to settle, but she's very clearly unhappy in this situation.
No, I get it at the end of the day. It's just funny. It's like, just leave. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure about the guy who dubs Frank, but I think the guy that plays him in live action was British. But the guy dubbing him also does sound a bit like a British
yeah,
guy
I don't
doing
know
an
if it's a
American
dub
accent.
because it doesn't look off. If it's a dub, it's one of the best I've ever seen.
It's just the way it sounds to me.
I can kind of see it.
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Because
Oh,
to clarify it,
you're right. The character Frank Cotton is dubbed with an American accent by another actor, Bob Sessions.
okay, so three actors play Frank in this movie. Okay,
We gotta get Bob in to do the sessions. We dub his voice.
Well, okay, technically, there's 4 actors that play him in this movie. So you get the regular guy, you get the dub, you get the skinless guy, and then Larry when he's being Frank.
That's true. That is true.
So 4 people came together to create Frank.
Yeah, and for plot conveniences, that's the only time his voice changes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because then he sounds like Larry, even though he's just wearing his skin. But I don't think about it. It's fine.
Well, and it's
Don't think about
funny because it's in the book too. I'll talk more about it when we get there. But they in the book still has the "come to daddy" thing,
Ugh.
and that's her only giveaway because it sounds just like him, but he would never say that.
I really like how these 2 scenes are juxtaposed, by the way.
Yes.
Obviously putting the like pain and pleasure thing really on the nose.
Through
But,
the power
you
of
get it.
editing. Yeah. But that's the
power
part
of
that makes
cinema.
me makes me
Ugh.
wince. Just the hand getting cut on the nail.
I just love that
That
she's
was
like up there in the attic fantasizing about this one night she had with this guy like probably years ago.
It was the
I
best she
also
ever
like
had.
that Frank is so depraved he lives in this filthy attic, just sleeps
It's
on
so
the floor.
There is a grit in sleaziness to this movie that is just impossible to recapture.
So this is another big difference. Frank is not reborn right away. This lets him out long enough to communicate to Julia what he needs, but then he goes back. Which I think this probably makes more sense. Because in the book, it's just like, oh, this disembodied voice that sounds vaguely like Frank told me it needs blood. I better do what it said.
Yeah, let's listen to the voice. That's funny.
No, but like all the fake blood and everything looks really good in this movie. It's very convincing.
The actual Frank thing looks better than some big budget movies I've seen.
Yeah,
Also,
it
the
is.
effects of it like seeping into the floor look really good too,
Yeah.
and the heart.
I remember the first time watching this, like I have no idea what I'm looking at. I was like, what is this?
It is really a shame that the Weinsteins got their hands on this, because I think under the proper care you could have had an amazing trilogy or 4 films.
Mhm.
Also, the book I think finally helped me understand what is happening towards the end of this movie, or what Barker thinks is happening. Tyler, do you prefer the book or the film? I prefer the film. It's 80% of it is the same, and I think just as a story, it's a visual story. There's only so many ways you can write. Oh, this guy's feeling pleasure. Now this guy's feeling pain.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. For an author who has had no directing experience up until this point, this is a really well directed movie.
Yes.
And because
Yeah.
you'd think that an author directing his own material may lead to just scenes of overly expository dialogue, but that's not really what you get because, like you said, the story is so visual. And here's one of my other favorite effects in this movie.
Oh, it's so good. Well, and it's a shame too because he directed 2 more films that I know of, and both of them suffered from heavy studio interference.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about his whole filmography.
Scream Factory finally released a director's cut of Nightbreed that I think I watched that one. I think I've watched a version of it and I thought it was pretty good. And then I don't think there is an ultimate cut of Lord of Illusion, but it was solid.
I believe they shot all of this in reverse.
It
That's why
kind
it
of
looks
looks like
so
it.
yeah. They like built a model of something and just kind of let it melt down and then reverse the footage. Oldest trick in the book, but it still works.
Yeah.
It's so effective.
No, this looks awesome.
Yeah. The other big thing that stuck with me after one viewing of this movie is the visual effects. Some of the best horror effects I've seen during this time.
He turned into Belial there for a second.
Ah! When are we gonna get Belial versus Pinhead?
Hopefully soon.
Tomorrow.
Make it happen. A24 Blumhouse.
The A24 Hellraiser movie would go hard.
It actually would.
I don't know why she's so impressed by that. That just looks like a good way to burn yourself.
Yeah, so this is the thing that I was trying to talk about earlier. I always forget that Kirsty's got a boyfriend in this movie and he's just there. Like,
He's a very nothing character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, like how I remember this movie is Julia getting bodies for Frank is like all the first half, and then Kirsty really comes in the second half, even though that's not what it is, but that's how I remember it.
That is one of the strangest interactions. He says she says I'm not gonna be able to stand up, and her boyfriend replies, "Lay down," and her dad like goes, "Oh, what?"
It's weird. It's like, dude, this guy's trying to get your daughter drunk. I don't like this. It's making me uncomfortable. But also, what you see at the scene, like you were saying earlier, John, that like Larry, he's not a bad guy, but he is very naive and a little inept. Where it's like he is just it's like you have awkward scenes like this where Julia wants to leave, and he's like, "No, come on, stay. We're having a party." It's like, dude, read the room.
Yeah.
Let your wife leave.
He's
No,
gonna
he just
drink.
a lot of the times has his head buried in the sand and refuses to.
Accept the truth.
Yeah. I want to see the version of Hellraiser 2 where he comes back because I think that would have been interesting.
Yeah, I wish we got to see that, but they didn't go that route since they couldn't get the actor back. And I was talking with John about this the other day. How I would reboot Hellraiser if we never make a sequel to the new reboot that came out a few years ago. I would like to go the TV route and just look at like those first four movies and say, hey, let's just do the first four movies, but as a TV show and do it better. Like you could really expand on it and do some of the things the older
Well,
movies weren't
they're
able to do.
threatening us with that HBO show.
Yeah, but they've been threatening us with that for a while, and it hasn't gone anywhere.
Oh, I'd love to see that though.
I think David Gordon Green was involved.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I had no idea, or I completely forgot.
Yeah. But like one of the reasons why that would be my pitch, it's because Hellraiser 3 becomes a very different movie from what Clive Barker originally wanted to do. One of the plans, Noah, for Hellraiser 3 is you have Julia, who they bring back in the second one as more of like the central antagonist. I mean, she's an antagonist in both movies, but the end game plan for
Yeah.
her was to have her go full Cenobite, and then she was going to
Oh.
be like the real big bad by the third one. Like you were going to get like a real evolution for that character, but then she didn't want to come back, so they just wrote that they just didn't bring that character back in the third one. But I think that could have been cool to see
That would have been
the
awesome.
Cenobite version of Julia.
Also, I just want to say we missed the best thing. Would have been Pinhead versus Michael Myers, written by Clive Barker, directed by John Carpenter.
That would have been
I mean,
insane.
the world would implode. It's not ready for that.
Don't look at me.
Oh, I guess it's been confirmed that Doug Bradley is reprising his role in that video game.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I'm excited for that video game. I think that trailer
really
looked
cool.
really cool.
It's interesting with these franchises how no matter how much you reboot or remake them or restart, we always go back to the original eventually, like, and people seem cool with that. Like Hellraiser, like that's not like a new take. It's just like, let's just go back to the first movie and get Doug Bradley back, and cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Or like the Halloween video game coming out that is like going once again back to the first movie.
Well,
Aesthetically,
especially with those two franchises where I mean, people like the Halloween sequels for some reason, but I don't know of anybody that likes any of the Hellraiser movies after 4.
yeah, there are a couple I have heard are okay at best.
Yeah,
Which is a real ringing endorsement of that franchise.
well, and after 4, Clive was done. He has some really funny quotes like, "You wouldn't even catch me wiping my ass with those movies."
I mean, Hellraiser is really a love story.
Yeah.
When you think
Fucked
about
up
it.
love story.
And there's a Boom comic that I would recommend that is kind of a sequel to these, where Kirsty becomes the new Pinhead.
Okay, I think that's more interesting for Julia to become a Cenobite, which is something I think that you could dedicate the time to if you did it in a show.
Right.
Which is why hearing about a potential HBO show has me curious and actually looking forward to that. Just don't make it with David Gordon Green.
Well, even the movie reboot that we got on Hulu, I mean, that was in development for years and years and years, even while the direct-to-video movies were still coming out. Like Clive Barker was for a long time trying to get like a real movie made and
Yeah.
Well, Clive Barker's pitch for a long time was just this movie again, right down to bringing Doug Bradley back.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad we didn't get that.
I'm
Sounds
Yeah,
glad we got
unnecessary.
something a bit different. I'm interested to watch that again because I've not seen that since it came out.
I am interested to watch that again because I remember I like a lot of it, but a lot of it feels like change for the sake of change and overcomplicates things that I don't think needed to be overcomplicated.
I remember liking the Pinhead recasting.
Oh, she's so good.
She's cool. Yeah.
I like Kirsty's hat. That's a great hat.
Yeah.
I don't like that they're kissing in front of this filthy wall.
That just adds to the realism of it. Like that's not a set; they just shot somewhere. They had like 20 minutes to film that scene somewhere, probably, and just got it in
Well,
one
they
take.
that wasn't even for the movie. They just were making out, and then people with cameras showed up.
Do I have to watch these two fuck again?
Yes.
Yes. It's very
Uh,
important to the plot.
I love this shot where you can like barely see it, and it comes into light.
Okay.
Yeah, rotting, decrepit Frank also looks amazing. Some good makeup
So good.
effects in this. This movie stands out uh, among a lot of the other '80s horror movies that I can think of. Just because there's not as it feels a lot more. It has a very operatic tone, but it doesn't have that kind of like lightheartedness that a lot of slasher movies had during this
Right.
time.
No, this is not
It's
a
very
happy
serious.
movie. Real quick,
Yeah.
we have a name I don't recognize in the chat. Welcome in Nox Calevra. Apologize if I mispronounced that. Someone that just got done watching Hellraiser 3 just a few minutes ago. I will happily say that Clive Barker did right by me when I've seen the newest Hellraiser, and it was cool. I'm a big
Thought
fan
you
of
enjoyed it.
Hellraiser 3, and I thought the new one was pretty cool, but I'm excited to revisit it.
This is a scene I always forget about every time I rewatch this movie. This like dream sequence Kirsty has, but like the way it's photographed feels very 80s. But typically you'd imagine like more of like a synth score playing during that. I think Noah, to your point, like the music gives this a very different
Yeah.
vibe from what you
Yeah.
think of as 80s horror.
Well, and it's
The
not,
music
it's
does
never
feel fun.
schlocky.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. And as much as I like the movies that are more schlocky, I like this as a point of contrast to it. Just it
I've
just
always
stands
said
out.
that this is one of my favorite movies. Part of why I'm not upset about like 3 being schlock is I have this. So I get, both. Plus, Doug Bradley is having so much fun in that third movie.
He is having fun in that movie.
Well, the tone of this, I think, is a lot more comparable to something like Silence of the Lambs or The Exorcist. Like these very, very
Yeah.
adult targeted horror movies that aren't trying. Even though usually teenagers who watch these love these, that's not like the crowd it's marketed toward.
And I don't know if this was a popcorn flick. Like, did teenagers go to this?
I maybe not in the theater, but definitely like on
Home
home
video,
video.
yeah.
This movie did extremely well.
So it should be mentioned this was made for $1 million, which seems insane in
Mhm.
'87. But it made
Yeah.
30 million. And Roger Ebert, of course, famously thought this was the worst thing ever.
That disappoints me because this at least has more character stuff and drama going on than something like a Friday the 13th.
Well, but
So it's
this is
like
no Anaconda.
Yeah,
makes, makes no sense to me, but whatever, Roger.
uh,
And I think for a lot of critics at the time, they just couldn't deal with like the gross out stuff, or like that just colors everything. Where they're like, ah, that's gross. I don't like it. I
Uh,
don't care if it actually has something to say.
Knox says, but I need the early version of Pinhead to strike fear in the '90s version of my childhood, and that's why I bought the collection, mainly because Hellraiser seems somewhat timeless. I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
the first movie is pretty timeless. Are you talking about like this collection, or is there another one that I don't know about? And I don't.
Yeah,
We don't normally talk about this too often. I think we've talked about it on a couple things. But this has a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes critic, which
that's not horrible.
it's not bad, but that feels low.
Alright.
But that's me. Like I'm biased. Does anybody care to guess what the audience score is?
Is it higher or lower?
It is higher.
85.
No,
I'll go 90. I don't know.
73%.
Wow,
Oh, okay.
seems weird. But this is a movie I could also see people watching and like not being what they expect to be like, yeah, there's too much talking. I don't
I
care about
So boring.
drama.
I love that the top review on Rotten Tomatoes is Chris Stuckman's review.
He loves this movie. This guy here at first, like when she's first luring him in, you feel kind of bad for him, but then you get to this scene and you're like, ah, fuck this guy. I don't.
Yeah.
He's pretty. Well, once he gets to that point of like, you're not gonna change your mind, are you? And he gets like really aggressive. It's like, okay, dude,
Yeah.
you're asking for it. At
Now
this
I'm
point.
fine seeing this guy die.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you got your off eBay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. We've had quite a few adaptations of Barker's stuff recently. I haven't liked most of it, but it exists. However, I did finally watch The Midnight Meat Train from like '08. That was pretty damn good.
And weren't there some adaptations of his work before this movie that he was unhappy with, and that's why he wanted to direct this
Yeah,
himself?
I think one Red Letter Media talked about.
Oh yes, Rawhead
Yeah.
Rex.
Yeah, I think that was the one that was like, all right, they got it wrong. I'm directing my own
Yeah.
adaptation now.
So that is
This'll
his.
be-
That is
What we're
his
saying is
second.
this is
That is his second credited film, but his first adaptation of one of his works. And I've heard that movie is a disaster.
what we're saying is this is his Maximum Overdrive. Which one was the better directorial effort? Who's to say?
Well, Stephen
Oh.
King did say that he is the future of horror.
But I'm not sub for live. Hey, thanks for the sub. And I have to see more content. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, man.
So this is kind of like I said, most of the books are the same, so this is the same. However, the third one that she brings home made me laugh really hard because out of nowhere he freaks out about how it's immoral and decides to try to leave and attacks her. I'm like, what is happening?
And there's such a bluntness to this kill that's like
Yeah. And this actress is really good
Feels
at
real.
communicating that she's slipping.
Yeah.
Like, it is not easy for her to do this. And this is Claire Higgins.
He's very good in this movie.
she's great.
She was in Ready Player One.
Oh well.
There you know.
I'm
Huh.
sorry for her.
Why? That movie's fine.
Hmm.
No, apparently she's in Doctor Who. It doesn't say it's who, but
Well, no. She's not the Doctor, John.
oh,
She wouldn't be playing as who.
Cindy Lou Who?
Robert has seen Doctor Who. He knows what we're talking about.
oh, she's in the season 9 premiere. That's Capaldi.
Just gonna say I can't remember season 9.
I probably wouldn't even recognize her if I like looked at it.
I was trying to think who, but I had to second guess myself because she does look a little bit like Missy, but there's no way that's the same
No,
person.
that's what's her name, Michelle Gomez,
Michelle Gomez. Yeah.
who is on that Sabrina show from Netflix.
Okay. Yeah.
That looks so good.
Ew.
Speaking of Doctor Who, he's regenerating.
Yeah.
The same way the Doctor does.
This is
You remember?
This
Yeah, you
is-
remember when his companions have to get him like bodies so he
yeah.
can.
Robert, this is how the Doctor went from David Tennant to Matt Smith.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
This fucking guy earlier, he's like, "Don't look at me," and now he's like, "I'm gonna touch you."
Come to daddy.
Get over here.
Don't clip me saying "come to daddy," please.
Oh, we will.
Oh, it's too late. The funny thing is, I wasn't even like really thinking about it. If you hadn't said something, I wouldn't have even noticed.
Self-sabotaging.
Foiled again by me.
By me.
Fucking
Oh yeah,
Larry.
that's a good. So oblivious.
I forgot to say this earlier, but you said you know this guy best from Star Trek. Obviously, I know him best for this, but he's also the barber in Child's Play 3, and he's hilarious.
That's right.
Sure.
I always forget that he's in that. What's really funny about Andrew Robinson, he's a great actor, but consistently the only 3 roles I ever hear cited are this, DS9, and the barber from Child's Play 3.
Well, those are his three greatest roles. Have you seen his Wikipedia page? Because it's really funny.
I have not.
His Wikipedia picture looks like he's auditioning for Doc Brown.
Oh yeah, he's got like longer white hair now. I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's your mom, Marty. She's killing people that bring back her ex-boyfriend.
Something's got to be done about Julia. You got to go back with me, Marty. To hell to meet the Cenobites.
Yeah, look in our group chat.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Pumpkinhead too. I haven't seen that yet.
He is in that.
And right before this, he was in Cobra, which I haven't seen, but that's a Stallone film.
Oh, brah. I just put out a fresh shirt. Stop touching me, Frank.
Oh, Noah, he's in Star Trek Lower Decks.
He's back.
Andrew Robinson?
Yeah.
Oh, so he
He's-
probably just plays Garrick.
Alternate Garrick.
Okay.
He's also apparently going to be in Spider-Noir.
Oh.
Spider Nor. John, you got you gotta watch more DS9 so you
I
can
do.
get to the episode with Tony Todd
I do, yeah.
where he plays older Jake Sisko.
I've heard that episode is wonderful.
That's one of my favorites.
One of the things I find interesting about this movie is it's both maybe the one of the most like both sexual and least erotic movies I've ever seen. I mean, mileage will vary, but like this is a very not sexy movie. It's
No,
just
I appreciate that
gross and weird.
they're tackling these subjects, but they never want you to be aroused, like the audience to be aroused by it. It's like, look how disgusting this is.
Yeah, and like when you get those flashbacks with her and Frank, like there's a bluntness to it. Like there's a realism to it that's just uncomfortable to watch.
I I feel like this scene is just here so that the audience won't forget about Kirsty.
Both her and this weird homeless guy, who I always forget you do see periodically throughout the movie. So it's technically set up and payoff.
Yeah, but I don't know. I
This
think
scene's real gross.
yeah.
I see nothing
Oh, like,
wrong with this. You just wanted a snack.
I think this scene exists just to because it's been a few minutes since she's been on screen.
yeah, like would you call this a dual protagonist story? Like Noah was alluding to. It's like we see both Julia and Kirsty throughout this whole movie. It's just that Julia is like more of the focus for the first half, and then Kirsty's more of the focus for the back half. But
I'd say no.
well,
I'd say this is an antagonist focused movie halfway through when you switch to the protagonist perspective. Um, it's not a movie, but but Assassin's Creed 3 kind of does this. The first like 6 or 7 hours you're playing as a guy, and then the big twist is, oh, he's a Templar. And then you switch to the real protagonist and you find out that you've been playing as the antagonist of the game.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, the protagonist isn't as interesting as the antagonist, so it's kind of a downgrade, but you know.
Oh.
I love that hard cut.
Well, this guy's just dead. Into the floor you go.
was this Dr. Seuss book?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Into the floor you'll go. The story of Skinless Frank and his wacky wobblistic shenanigans.
Have you guys seen there's a version of H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu that's done in a Dr. Seuss style?
No, that sounds amazing.
I kind of want that for this movie, like just like a book, a novelization of Hellraiser, but like in the Dr. Seuss illustrations. I like the image of this rotting corpse with a shirt on.
Like that. I mean, that's just an album cover right there. It's got the cigarette and everything.
It's a 70s like psychedelic rock album cover. I'm hearing a bit of your movie right now, John.
Yeah, this is the scene where it's presented as like an either or, where he's like, "Yeah, it's a doorway to the pleasures of heaven or hell. I didn't care which."
It's my boy the Chatterer.
Our first real look at the Cenobites too.
The gang's all here. I'm
It
Pinhead.
is funny.
I'm Butterball. I'm.
It is funny that is one of the Cenobites that's given a name.
I know. Yeah, it's John and I are talking about that way, like that yesterday. It's really weird that like half of the Cenobites in this movie have names, and then the other two are lead Cenobite and female Cenobite.
Yeah, it's like he ran out of names
I
halfway
give
through.
up. I didn't know. I don't know why he didn't just credit him as the Hell Priest, because that's a great name.
That is a great name.
I feel like he just hadn't come up with that yet.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't show up until the Scarlet Gospels, which is like 2010.
Okay, all right.
Which is not a great book, by the way.
Although, if one of them's going to be called Butterball, you might as well just call him Pinhead.
I was talking about that, or like, is Pinhead really that goofy of a name when one of them's Butterball?
Butterball.
Yeah. Also, shut up, Larry. Or he's like, I thought this stuff made you sick. It's a great line, and she's like, ah, I've seen worse. But then it's also like, oh, Larry, you got your hand cut at the start of this movie, and you're like, oh, Julia, help me. I can't look at it. And There's just so many good scenes like this where it's like, yep, this is just a very loveless, bad marriage. Like these two just don't
They just
fit
hate each
together.
other.
No, I don't even think he hates her. It's just there's just not much in common.
He
And he doesn't know what
she
to do.
he doesn't understand her, and she has come to loathe him. But what I like is, in a way, she's also the victim because she never stops to think, oh, Frank would have thrown me away like the next day. So you kind of get that unsympathetic antagonist and to a certain degree sympathetic in just the terms of she's being manipulated and used.
Right. Yeah, it's a really interesting story, and Roger Ebert just thought it was trash. But that's okay.
I mean that's how it goes
Well,
with a lot of movies in this
it's
era.
not as good as Anaconda or The Cell.
Or Home Alone 3,
Hey, Home
not
Alone 3
Kevin
is fine.
McAllister. That's my favorite Siskel and Ebert review, though, because the whole time when Ebert
Eagle?
is talking,
When
when
Eagle?
Eagle is talking, Siskel just looks at him like he's got 5 heads.
That's hilarious. I mean, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, but I loved that movie as a kid.
But I think a lot of movies in this era, like John Carpenter's The Thing, a lot of critics dismissed as, oh, it's just gross out, it's just a barf movie, like just completely missing the substance to a lot of these
Well, to be fair,
movies
the
from
substance
this
didn't
era.
come out until 2024.
They beat me by 2 seconds. um, that's one of my other favorite Siskel and Ebert reviews is of The Thing, because Ebert's like trying to give the movie a bit of credit, like, I can respect that it's well made and it has a good story, but I also thought it was disgusting and I didn't like it.
Here's one of the weirdest shots in the film.
This movie's weird.
Weird. Oh my god. Forgot about that.
Yeah, we've all been here.
Yeah, this happened to my buddy Eric last week.
And what I like here is I can't tell if she's talking to him or Larry.
Yeah, well, it feels like she's just, collapsing under the pressure of everything, and she's like, ew.
Yeah, like what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, he's just being a dick. And then Larry is just like, okay, you're sending me a lot of mixed signals that I don't know what to do with.
To be fair, she is like.
Yeah. I don't understand you.
We're so boring.
It's just grown-ups talking.
I forgot about this scene.
Word.
Yeah, it's a situation where Kirsty's real mom is dead, and like she wants her dad to be happy and to be able to move on.
So this is leading into the other big divergent from the book because you don't have that father-daughter relationship. They have this same talk, and you can kind of tell in the book Kirsty is his confidant that is in love with him. In the book, her solution is to camp outside the house for 3 hours and watch to see what happens, and that's how she catches Julia bringing in a man. Here it makes more sense. Oh, he goes to his daughter. His daughter goes to the house to check on her stepmom.
Yeah, this is way more natural. So in the book, she's just like a female George McFly.
She is kind of a sad sack in the book. Like she's in love with Rory.
Yeah.
He goes, but he just sees her as a friend, and he kind of goes to her and talks. And there's this really funny scene where Julia says, "You two can do whatever you want. I don't care." And Kirsty's like, "What?"
Huh? That's funny.
Kirsty also has like a paragraph where she talks about how beautiful Julia is. It's really weird.
Strange. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd have to read it to compare it for myself, but this family dynamic just makes things make way more sense to me.
He has to keep coming up with reasons to force Kirsty into it in the book.
Yeah, but with this, it's like, oh well, they're related. So.
Yeah. And like I said, when you get to the Frank thing, she has to stop and think about if she's ever met Frank. Oh yeah, I've met him like once.
Frank, who's that?
This is off topic, but Robert, did you like that video I sent you of Rosenbaum interviewing Erica Durance? And
Yeah.
so you know how they have that Smallville podcast, Noah?
Yeah.
He's talking to the actress that played Lois Lane. Boom, right in the head. And he goes, "Well, when you signed up, did you know that you were going to end up with Clark Kent, romantically?" And Tom Welling bursts in and goes, "She's playing Lois Lane."
you do realize the character that she auditioned for is Superman's love interest.
In Rosenbaum's defense, that is the show that ended up with Green Arrow and Chloe together. So you never know what wacky
All right, but that's Green
love
Arrow and
stories.
Chloe.
But I don't know, that made sense in the context of the show because they're Black Canaries as afterthought.
Or nothing. Get out of there.
I don't like those noises.
Get out of there. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Bad touch.
You also see like how he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
In that like close-up shot with them.
So they also simplify the name, which I prefer, of the box. I think it's just the box in this. But it's technically the limit configuration.
Okay, well, it's funny. I've always heard it referred to as that, but I don't know if they actually call it that in the movie.
In the book, it's I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, by the way. Lamanchar hand configuration. I think the limit configuration is much easier to say, and
it's just cleaner.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
He's freaking out. Why did you reach out to him if you didn't want to touch him?
Yeah, it's a very confusing moment for everybody involved. It's fine. It's Frank. We're cool.
Don't you remember?
Why would you say that to your niece?
It's almost like Frank's a weird pervert.
Oh.
Yeah, and like this dynamic with the family connection makes this more fucked up and weirder in the movie.
Oh, he straight up gropes her in the book.
Ugh.
Ugh.
We're talking about sexual harassment here, and I don't have to take it.
I'm also thinking about it would just be funnier if the last time Kirsty saw Frank he did look like this. Just like a little flesh guy in a suit. Just at like Thanksgiving dinner, like, hey, Kirsty.
Yeah, there's family photos, and he's just standing there.
I like how quick on
Hey.
her feet she is. Oh, you want it? Go get it.
Yeah. Go get it.
Give me the box, Kirsty.
Give me the bat, Marge. Give me the bat.
Oh.
And then he looks in his reflection. That's maybe my favorite joke in that Treehouse of Horror.
It's
when
so
he looks
good.
at his reflection and then scares himself. Because I always forget about it.
No, that might be my favorite Simpsons episode, like, of all time.
It's top tier.
You've got the shinnin'.
There's just two nuns on the street. Like, what's going on over there? This is scary. That's an example of low frame rate being done well to like an actual creepy effect.
Noah, she's freaking out.
No, I think she's mellowing out.
Oh. Where did you come from?
They spawned in.
That guy's wearing a ball cap, so you know it's America.
Of course.
It's probably in New York because he was wearing a Yankees hat.
What a horrible nightmare.
Oh God. Why is she watching? Just the Flower Channel.
Why is
The
she
stock footage is beautiful.
Robert, why is she kind of dressed like the doctor from Friday 4 in the morgue? The nurse? I want to know what American city they think this is.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's clearly Unork.
Is this normal to like hold people against their will,
Let's just blow
or
past
just,
that.
or just want? Yeah.
Yes, because the police will want to speak to her because she had blood on her clothes.
Right.
What I don't understand is why he gives her the puzzle box back, but you know,
Things have to happen.
yeah. I was surprised how verbatim this is in the book. The only difference is that the Cenobites are slightly more sympathetic. Like, we get it, you didn't mean like it was an accident, but you still have to come with us.
Yeah, that really bothered me first time I watched this, where like she doesn't know what she's getting herself into, and they're like, "You're mine now," and I was like, "Oh." I knew Pinhead was like a monster, but I didn't know he was an asshole. I was like, come on,
He's
dude.
not. He's just doing his thing.
You did not read the instructions before playing.
You opened the box. We came. There's a reason that line. There's a reason that line got removed from DVD. Because people are immature.
Well, I mean, this movie is about sex.
Yeah. And this prop is just really cool.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
We'll talk more about it, but I think the box in the reboot is kind of lame.
Oh yeah, no, that movie is all about the box, right?
Yeah, it has like 7,000 different formations and whatever.
That yeah, I just was joking about rules a second ago. That one has like a whole thing you have to follow.
Well, and Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in the book, though, isn't the box meant to be like really super difficult to figure out? Like it takes a lot of concentration and time. In the movie, at least just the way it's shot, it's like, it looks like you just turn the thing and boom. Like it doesn't look that difficult.
It takes Frank a while. Kirsty opens it relatively quickly.
Right.
That's because it was already solved for her.
Yeah. I've always liked that it kind of opens for itself. It's like it's tempting you. Look how easy this is.
She's like, is this Labyrinth? Am I in movie Labyrinth? What's going on?
Where's David Bowie?
She's going to the back rooms.
This is one of the few times in the movie where I think it kind of shows its budget, but it's fine.
I don't care. I love it.
Whatever this thing is, he's fun.
I love this guy. He's my
I
favorite
think
guy.
this might be the engineer. I could be wrong, but
The Prometheus guy.
yeah. Because there is a Cenobite that is never mentioned much else in this movie, but the engineer. And there's a scene in the book where she stumbles across him taking Julia to hell that we never see. And maybe that's what this is. I'm not sure.
It's just a guy.
Well, this
He's
is
got a
Noah's
lot
favorite.
of Belial vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like two Belials stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, he's like double Belial.
That's why Noah loves him. This is a perfect monster introduction, by the way.
This scene is incredible. And how I always misremember this movie is it's like in my head it's okay, you have the first half with Julie and Frank, and then the second half with Kirsty and the Cenobite stuff. I always forget that it's over an hour into this movie when you get to this scene.
The
like,
music.
we're in the third act now.
So good. I'm gonna slightly spoil 6 real quick because I know you guys probably don't care, but I think it throws Kirsty under the bus. Her kind of abusive husband tricks her into opening the box. Don't know how that works. You'd think she would have realized. And she makes a deal for 5 souls for her. So she becomes kind of like Julia, going around and killing people to give to Pinhead for in exchange for herself.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it.
On concept. It's probably not great in execution either.
No, because she's barely in the movie.
He's back.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
I do love the chatter. His backstory is fucked.
I don't think I know his backstory.
Ew.
If I do, I forgot. I know Tyler asked the question earlier, what's her favorite Cenobite? And I mean, obviously it's Pinhead, but if I could seriously answer that question, it probably is, like, my second favorite is the Chatterer, just because of his design.
This whole monologue just like lives rent free in my head.
It's so cool.
For your information though, Noah, the Chatterer was like a 12-year-old boy that opened the box.
Oh yeah. I've heard about this. Yeah.
The makeup on the
It's you solved the box. In my head, it's always you opened the box. We came.
Yeah. The makeup on the lady one bothers me the most, with like her throat cut open. Like, ugh.
And that line verbatim is in the book.
I mean, all these guys are cool, but where's the camera guy? And the disc man.
I love how she's like, yeah, that guy Frank, you know him. He's like, nobody escapes us. Don't gaslight me.
I love Doug Bradley in this role. Like,
and
which one of you was in charge of watching Frank?
You're so
let him go.
We've had a great Pinhead without him. That it helps that it's such a different. Like, they're looking at the book for that one. I don't know if you could do that take again with a male actor and it would be remotely the same.
Turns out, and don't Clive Barker and Doug Bradley go way back in like their
theater
days?
Yeah, no, they're like old friends.
because I think this is Doug Bradley's first movie, which is wild and again so not a studio call.
Yeah.
I love that Parker was able to put him in here.
And then he did it for the next 30 years. Yes, this is his first movie.
And now she's okay with killing him.
Yeah, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And there is a natural desperation, though, that's gotten to her at this point where it's like, okay, either A, Kirsty's told Larry what's going on, or B, she will like Kirsty's going to be a problem. So Julia's hands are kind of tied at this point. Like, well, it's either him or Frank. Like, she has to choose now. She can't be playing both sides like she was earlier.
That's always been my read is things have escalated.
Yeah.
Well, that escalated quickly.
What a pickle I've gotten myself into.
It's my favorite line from this movie.
And I think this raises an interesting question. And slash offensive than the original, the true villains are Frank and Julie Cotton. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. Is this any for her? Would this be any different than just who she was already sleeping with? Like, it's the same body, it's just different person.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, the gross way of looking at it is like maybe she is getting the best of both worlds, if she prefers Larry physically. But like Larry, like that is not a freaky guy. He's not into weird stuff like Frank was. Like, no, she likes Frank's aggressive personality. Like, that really does it for her.
Well, that's one thing that I think the book is able to establish a little bit better, is that all of her life she was kind of on the straight and narrow, and she had that taste of, the darker side, and it's really kind of driven her nuts. Not thinking, oh, Frank would have left me anyway, like...
Yeah, do you go with true love?
Andrew Robinson is so fucking good in this last bit.
He's so good.
Is this one of the most, like, fucked things to happen to a final girl? Oh, your dad's dead and your uncle's kind of wearing his skin. Which it also has in common with Silence of the Lambs.
Mm-hmm.
So much skin wearing.
Do you think Larry put the lotion on its skin before?
I hope so. And like, it's not even that effective. Like, it's already peeling off. There's blood seeping out. Like, Julie, I don't think this is worth it.
Yeah.
Dad, why is your head bleeding?
Well, I like that Frank is so full of himself. He doesn't even try to pretend to be Larry. I have to stop and think about which it is in this movie. Because, like, me as a viewer, and maybe that's just because I've seen this movie like a million times, I can already tell something is off.
Yeah. Well, my read on it is he's just not a very good actor, but he just does. It's like no fucks are given here. He's just like, Larry, he was insane. I don't know. I'm just having fun.
He was my brother. I don't really know him. This is some guy.
It's been a weird day. We can all agree it's been a weird day.
It's been a weird day.
Yeah, and I think I think they do a good job. That this isn't throwing Kirsty under the bus or making her dumb. I think they really communicate this is just such a mind fuck.
Like, she wants it to be her dad.
Yeah.
And I think we can relate. Like, I wouldn't want to believe that, my dad was dead, replaced with my uncle.
Your horny uncle.
Oh, no.
That says come to daddy despite being your uncle.
And that's what's funnier in this one is that he purposely gives it away, like, by saying that. Like, he can't help himself.
It's just his catchphrase. It's his calling card.
That's such a... I feel bad for Larry. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
He's the victim in all
Oh,
this.
Larry. Earlier, I compared this to something like The Exorcist in its tone and approach, but I also think this would make a great double feature with Exorcist 3, where
Who
both of
did
these movies
this?
are who did this? Show me. But both movies are adapted by the author of the book, writing and directing, and I think they both have a very Barker and William Peter Blatty have a very similar, like, just blunt approach to their direction, but it really works.
It's nice to see that Julian's finally snapped. Like, there was no reason for this.
Yeah, and earlier he asked if there was like another movie where a writer is adapting and improving on their own work. I think Exorcist 3 has that a little bit, except that is a more studio compromised movie with like the forced exorcism sequence and
And
the
is
reshoots and everything. But it's still a great movie in my opinion.
no, it's a great movie.
I still
I
love
don't
that movie.
I don't know. Do people consider that better than the book?
I don't know.
I'm not
The-
sure. I'd like to read
Hayden,
Legion at some point. But...
Hayden's in the chat because he's too good to hang out with us. He says good movie. It is.
Ooh, Hayden for not being here.
That looks like it hurt.
Wow.
I love that Julie just gives it away.
Frank.
And also, Robert, Exorcist 3 is another movie directed by an author that is very impressive for a movie directed by an author, even though I don't think that was his first. I think that was his second directorial effort.
Yeah, I think his first one's the Ninth Configuration, and Exorcist 3, like, that is a more talky movie than this. Like, there is just a lot of dialogue, but it's very well written dialogue and very well performed.
It's still very visual too. Like, there's enough dialogue for the story, but
oh, I forgot.
yeah,
In the movie, he
more
like
visual.
absorbs her.
Yeah. Julia's fate's a little confusing because you have this scene, and the next time we see her, like, her body's in a bed, ripped apart by chains. Like,
so
it's
that
weird.
I think is I wonder if there's a deleted scene because, like I said in the book, Kirsty sees the engineer preparing Julia to go to hell. Also, one of the only movies of this type I could think of where the final girl makes a deal with the bad guy to win. Although,
well, not the
bad guy.
Well,
but
a supernatural villain.
And I like how the Cenobites are used in this movie, where they're not the villains; they just are.
They are a thing to contend with.
Yeah, they're forces of nature, but they're not necessarily
good
or evil.
And just because it's on my brain right now, in the book, they don't betray her like they will in the movie, and I actually think it works better in the movie. They are so far gone beyond caring. Yeah, we made a deal. Who cares? Like,
yeah, and I'm like, oh, come on, leave Kirsty alone. She's been through enough.
But then we get one of the best lines in the movie. And I like that we're still taking our time. Like, we're not rushing. Like, this is tense.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Ew.
That's the often forgot about Cenobite maggot mouth.
Oh.
Noah, can you read off all the Cenobite names, but in the tune of "We Didn't Start the Fire"?
I don't think I'm gonna do that, but someone else
No.
should. Only just because I can't remember all the Cenobite names.
Don't do that. That's one of my favorite lines that nobody quotes from this movie. When she goes to close the box and Pinhead goes, "No, don't do that." Just his delivery is so weird.
I think you're the only person I've heard quote that.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
don't, yeah,
I'll put it out when we get there. Now it's turned into a slasher movie because she just stopped despite being chased.
that's gonna be scarring.
That's my freaking father. Oh. Who's the worst uncle in '90s horror movies, or '80s and '90s horror movies? Frank or Michael Myers?
Michael Myers.
Oh, well. I mean,
But Michael, you could argue, is a pawn who's not.
don't even start to don't even try to defend
Okay,
that.
now try to
Uh,
defend Frank.
this is one of the most horrifying ways I've ever seen a movie to die.
This is amazing.
It's
Chatterer, Butterball, Pinhead, Engineer.
Don't do
female
that.
Cenobite.
Yeah, that's the one that falls apart. I don't think she ever gets a name.
Do you guys know why Pinhead does most of the talking?
Yeah, because he still has a mouth.
Because he was the only one that could talk clearly through all that makeup.
I thought it was gonna be because he's played by the director's friend.
Well, no, because in the script they all kind of share dialogue, but Doug Bradley was the only one that could speak clearly.
Well, and Butterball, I think, is like in real life, like that's a real skinny dude just wearing this 200-pound suit.
Will make you real fat.
Ow! Like I said, I am impressed that this was able to get an R rating, just given when this was made. But I think it helps that this was a British film, made very cheaply. Like they just probably weren't paying attention to it, like a Friday the 13th picture.
This is more graphic than Friday the 13th.
So much, and they did have to cut it down to get an R. They originally got an X rating, but I still think it's graphic enough.
This line is added for the movie, but I think it works.
Jesus,
Webs.
Freak out.
Oh my god.
She's gonna need years of therapy.
I think she'll be fine. Just needs to sleep it off.
Now, on paper, like it makes sense. I obviously the lament configuration or the box is what you should use to make the Cenobites go away. But this, I think, does start a problem for the rest of this franchise of, oh, how do we deal with the Cenobites? Like they're like these all powerful demons or angels, and then oh well, we got to defeat them somehow. I don't know. That does take away from their menace a little bit.
Well, that's why they shouldn't have become the main antagonists.
Right.
You said it.
Heyo.
You said the thing, Bart. Oh, okay, there it is.
See the way he said, "No, don't do
that.
that."
I've never heard anyone quote that outside of you.
I know
That's
nobody
funny.
talks about it, but it's such a weird line delivery.
And this is the other part where some of the visual effects here aren't the best, but it's fine.
See, I think they're. I think I find it more charming than anything.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Hey, do you remember this character?
Hey, remember I'm your boyfriend?
I forgot that he was even in the third act of the.
And then this is weird because we're gonna have this whole house burned down, but then we're gonna retcon that in the second one.
Are we? I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, the second one, like, it starts by recapping this movie, but it doesn't show the house collapsing because the mattress that Julia is on is going to become a really important plot point in the second one.
Yeah, but I would imagine because this house just collapses, you can just get it from the
Yeah.
rubble now.
I'm just saying how it's portrayed in the movie. They show the house still standing, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Oh,
It's
no,
been so long since I
Butterball.
went back to 2.
Not Butterball. No. I love like all the other Cenobites get to be like teleported away. Butterball just fucking dies.
He's just fucking. The house falls
To
on
be,
him.
he's fine. He's in 2.
That's true. I don't know. This climax is fun, but it does feel a little like I don't know. We got to do something.
Hey, my favorite guy's back.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know. I would have just had her banish them and call it there.
Yeah, it's trying to go a little bigger than it needs to.
I'll be honest, I kind of like it on a. This is like the one schlocky part of this movie.
No, I don't hate this. I think
No. It's very Evil Dead 2 all of a sudden, which most of this movie is not.
which is funny because this is the same year as
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2.
Hmm.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
87 might be one of the best years of cinema of all time.
Definitely for horror cinema.
I love when she like swats away her boyfriend's hand, and it's like, no, you do not get to be a main character in this movie.
Don't do that.
That's. Yeah, it's for sure tonally inconsistent, but I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
This movie's peak. Doesn't matter.
Well, that was fucked up. Anyway, I'm Rod Serling.
Rod Sterling's The Hellbound Heart would go hard.
You open up a box. What's inside the box but demons from another dimension?
Wait, are we sure the house collapses?
Yeah. Well, but it's like an awkward visual effect transition. Because one second it's there,
Yeah.
and then we're
I
just
think-
in a different location.
It was destroyed
Yeah, that's
by
what
a
I was saying.
transition.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if that's
no,
what I was supposed to be taking away from that.
It's just an awkward
What is it? What
transition.
See, I just
This-
felt like that was a
This
transition.
is a different. Yeah, I think. This
Yeah,
is
because we're just in a different
location.
area.
No, it's supposed to be the house burns down. And now it's like you see a chair and all this
Well,
stuff.
they just walked out of the house and it just burns.
No,
down.
this can't be the same place.
I don't know. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here.
What if
Okay,
this guy just
so
turned into a fucking dragon? Wouldn't that be cool?
yeah, so this homeless guy who's been throughout the movie, I guess, just like this demon thing that's like the harbinger of the box. It's like, all right, you guys learned your lesson or something. Now I gotta take the box away. So I don't know.
I love that. That's a cool transition.
The whole
Yes.
movie was in this box.
Oh my god.
And see
Oh,
that
that's the thing.
this sets up such a perfect sequel. Just another person gets the box.
What's your pleasure, sir?
But that's not what happens in the sequel. That's Hellraiser.
I was.
This is a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
One of my favorite 80s
Classic.
horror movies.
Yeah, like, would you guys still consider this a cult classic, or do you think it's
I
broken
think
out of
it.
that?
I think it's.
Eh,
I think it kind of is because I don't hear about this just on the internet or in general conversation. Like I have to bring up, oh, I like Hellraiser. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, it was like kind of breaking out of that. Just because like home media was bigger, and you still had those shitty direct to DVD sequels coming out. But I think it's like Friday where it's been silent. You had a reboot that didn't do a whole lot of buzz first. If you're watching after the fact, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.